call to the Leader of the Australian Greens.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. In my last two questions to you on coal and gas, you handed it off to someone else, but I ask you directly today, as head of the government, will Labor join more than 100 countries and support a call for a phase-out of coal, oil and gas in the communique from this week's climate summit?
Order. Give the call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the member from Melbourne for his question. And Australia, when we are at the COP summit, where Minister Bowen is representing Australia there, will be back around the table with credibility, as we have been at the Pacific Island Forum, as we are in our region. Because we are a government that is taking climate change seriously. We're a government that understands in order to take climate change seriously, you need to bring the community with you. And you can't also just flick a switch or with the best of intentions. What you need is a plan and a strategy to get there. We have that through the safeguards mechanism, of which is the key to driving that change to 43% reduction by 2030 and net zero by 2050. You've had in the last month that supported by the measures we took on the capacity investment scheme that will provide for that certainty to de-risk projects to make sure that the investment flows through in renewable energy. You can't simply just say, oh, well, we'll just change overnight, because what you need to do is to make sure that energy security and reliability is part of the system. That's why, for example, gas will continue to play an important role in providing stability in the system. That's how renewables will be able to operate. We have a comprehensive plan, including our Rewiring the Nation plan, based upon IEMO's Integrated Systems Plan that has been in place for a long period of time. But when you combine all of those measures, all of which were supported by the crossbenchers, the legislation, in order to achieve those targets, in order to put the safeguard mechanism in place.
The Prime Minister is being relevant to the question, so I'm going to ask the Leader of the Australian Greens to state his point of order.
The point of order is on relevance and the point of phase-out of coal. The question was about the phase-out of coal and whether that will be something Australia joins the communique at this week's summit, not about other matters.
Well, the first sentence the Prime Minister mentioned the COP summit. He's talking about the question. He's talking directly. You may not agree with the answer, you may not like the answer, but under the standing orders, 104, he's got to be relevant to the question. He is being relevant.
I'll make this point as well, Mr Speaker. Australia will remain a reliable energy supplier. We're a country that don't renege on the contracts that we make, and in the region that's really important. But we need to make sure that the transition that's occurring through market-based mechanisms, because the cheapest forms of new energy are the cleanest forms of energy, that the prospects that we have in an area like Whyalla, where the coal-fired generator has been turned off to make steel, because they'll go through gas firstly, but then, importantly, green hydrogen to produce green steel.
Order.
That's Australia's future very much.
Has concluded.